So welcome everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Caribbean Adventures. I'm your pilot and host for today, as usual, the Fly Island Guy. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you rate, like, or dislike, comment, subscribe, and let's have some fun today. I'm really excited today to do this flight. We did a few flights already before that were from the Eastern Caribbean, but today I said we're going to switch things up, and we are going to do some flights in the Western Caribbean now. So I'm also excited because this is our first flight where we are traveling in the States. And because we're in the States, we should be getting like some better visuals, better crafted airports, that sort of thing. So today we're leaving from Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International, and we're just hopping over to Nassau, Bahamas. And we're going to be landing at Linden Pindling International. So Microsoft has, well, in terms of flight times, let's just check the flight time today. It's not a very long flight at all, if I remember correctly. I think it's about maybe 30-40 minutes, somewhere around there, maybe a little longer. But yeah, it's not a very long flight. So let's hop into the cockpit, and I'm going to get things set up, and then we're gonna get out of here. I don't know why my hotkeys never work. That's always annoying, but we'll do it this way. Not ATC. Camera. So let's go into cockpit mode. Alright. So I started getting things set up inside here. Nowadays I like to really just kind of get things going right away. But let's go get this set up. Active flight plan. I have Navigraph open here right now, so I'm just gonna drop in this flight plan really quick. It's actually really simple, which is good. Sorry. We are going beach. Backspace. Sorry about that. We're going beach. Add the new one. Next one is bomb. A. Enter. Next guy is Rajay. Can't see. It's kind of early in the morning right now. I normally do my flights in the evenings, but I just said today I really wanted to kind of get things out the way. I didn't really want to be doing any flights in the evening. I just wanted to relax this evening, so I'm just trying to get out the way before work. Alright, so we have our flight plan in there. Let's just back it out, see how it looks. Yep, that looks good. So really it's just it's pretty cool. It's a really simple flight. We're just going to depart straight out on runway 10 left, and we're just kind of fly the flight plan down, and we're supposed to land. Now, okay, what's weird is that, oh man, I just lost my Navigraph. There we go. So what's weird is that Navigraph has this landing uh, on, it says runway 9, but when you actually check out the runways available in Nassau, it's runway 10. So I don't know what's going on there. It's sort of odd to me, but for the sake of clarity, we're going to be landing on runway 10 in Nassau. So we'll do the RNAV approach, and we could set that pretty much. We'll set that up now. Sorry, we'll set that up now. And we'll do the RNAV approach as usual. So I love me some RNAV. And the Atade transition, we can go ahead and load that. And yeah. So we kind of end up going a little south and then turning onto the runway. Alright, that looks good to me. Yeah, I just want to get that in there now. And we can go ahead and go from there. Alright, so as usual, in preparation for departure, just to make things easier, I like to set my CDI source to FMS right off the bat. We already have our altimeter set up, 3023, so that's all good. And got nav lights on. Flight today, we're going to be flying at 21,000. So I'm just going to set the cabin altitude. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll set the cabin altitude to 21,000. 23, 22, 21. Okay. I gotta remember to stay in front of the mic while I'm talking, so you can actually hear me. Cool. Cabin altitude is set. Alright, I think we're pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna turn our ignition on, and I think we'll start the pushback, and we're just going to just fire up both engines. I can't talk. We're gonna push back and we'll fire up both engines at the same time, just to make things simple today. We're gonna get out of here quickly. Be a nice little quick flight down to Nassau. Alright. Boom. Boom. Cool. Alright, I think we're all set. I'm going to go back to the external view. And so I downloaded this cool little plugin that I found out about called Pushback Helper. So I have that linked in the description below. And so you'll be able to, it just basically makes pushback a whole lot easier. I'm just trying it for the first time now, so we'll see how well it actually works. But let's give it a try. I just want to kind of push back a little bit, just to give us a little bit of room. We'll go ahead and switch the beacons on. Yeah, just to give us a little room, get away from the people and everything. So let's give it a try. It says connected. Let's go. Let's hit activate. We'll just do a straight back approach for now. Sorry, straight pushback for now. Don't know why they went all the way back there. That's kind of weird. But yeah, it seems to be really, really simple. When you're ready for it to be done, you just close it. Alright, that was weird. Just move back for nothing. Okay. I also forgot to release my pocket brakes. Let me do that. Let's get that out of the way. Alright, I'll make things a little easier for him. Yeah, let's go back outside. Yeah, let's get a little closer. Alright, so it's all hooked up. Okay. Bro, what are you doing? Okay, a little graphical glitch here just now. Yeah, you guys are killing me slowly right now. Alright, so pushback is started. Let's go ahead and get the engines cranked up in the meantime. I could have sworn I turned that off. Alright, so let's get both engines cranked up. Boom, boom. Go ahead and watch that from outside. I also think I just disabled the pushback. Alright.
Ground Gomajet 89 retrieve requesting the end of pushback.
Gomajet 89 retrieve request to end pushback received.
Alright, so I think I kind of messed that one up because I closed the application, but as you can see, that was pretty much it. It worked. You can go left and right if you want. I'll try it again on another flight, but it worked somewhat. That was a horrible demonstration, but you know, we'll push back, so that's good. Alright, we got the engine started. Boom. Let's turn off these warnings. Okay, turn our generators on. We could shut off the... Oh, it's not working. There we go.
Oral warning, okay.
Alright, so with the engine started, let's go ahead, check our controls. Looks good. Alright, and another something that I learned is when you go to the drone camera mode, if you kind of hit C, you actually get control of the airplane. That was something I just found out. So it's pretty useful. Alright, so we are good to go. I'm going to switch a couple extra lights on. I'm going to turn on our taxi lights. And these guys go to full. I don't know why nothing's working today. There we go. Cool. A mixture to high idle. We'll go move our prop levers to full. And yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go. We're gonna do a no flaps takeoff today. And I'm gonna bring up the map here for Hollywood International. Just need to see where we need to go. Navigraph is kind of acting up right now. Let's see, turn that on. Yeah, Navigraph isn't actually showing the airport map for some reason. I have no idea why. So let's try this again. Yeah, that's frustrating. Just give me one sec. I'm going to relaunch Navigraph. Okay. There we go. All right. So here we are, way up in the corner, and we are going to be heading out on runway 10 left. Alright, that's good. I didn't actually plan this, but it is right behind us. So we're just going to get the plane turned around. We're going to make a right turn and just head towards the runway threshold. Alright, this is off. Could bring our yoke back. No. So, for the most part, I've been pretty happy with the performance of my video card, which is the 6060 Ti. I'm going to do a hardware video, just talking about my setup in the next, probably the next couple of episodes. But for the most part, I'm happy with the performance, but especially here, I did notice when I was testing things out that I started getting like a lot of stuttering, and I've already like customized the settings and everything. So sorry, actually let's get on the runway first. There's anything coming into land, so it should be good. Yeah. I already, sorry, as I was saying, I customized the settings, but I was getting some stuttering. I rebooted my computer today, so just kind of running with minimal apps open, and it seems to be alright. But I still think I'm going to be upgrading my video card sometime soon. I've been eyeing up that RTX 3080, so I'm going to probably go that route. Alright, so we're good to go, you guys. Let's go ahead and let's get started. And yeah, landing lights on, boom boom, taxi lights off. I think we're good to go overall. I'm leaving the pitot heat off today. We don't really need that, I don't think. Alright, let's go. Beautiful clear skies today. Rotate.
Jet 8903, you are not cleared to take off.
Should be gear up. Oops.
Delta Jet 8903, you are not cleared to take off.
Go ahead.
Ground Mountain 8501 ready to copy ISR clearance to Key West. Mountain 8501 is cleared to Key West Airport is filed. Takeoff runway 10 right climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 118.1 squawk 0075.
Alright, here we go. Well, that was a bit of a rough takeoff. It wasn't the smoothest one.
Mountain 8501 cleared to Key West Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 10 right climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 119.45 squawk 0075.
Yeah.
Mountain 8501 read that correct. Contact route on 121.4.
That's gonna get annoying. But yeah, so we engaged the autopilot already, so we're just climbing out.
Ground Mountain 8501 requesting pushback.
That was a bit of a weird takeoff just now.
Mountain 8501 pushback request accepted.
One sec. Anyway, so yeah, we it was a bit of a weird takeoff just now, but there was a couple things that I forgot to set when we took off, but it's all good though. We're up in the air now, we're climbing out. As I said, we're heading towards 21,000 feet. And let's see. Once we hit 10,000, I'll shut off the landing lights, and we can go back and chill in the cabin, and we'll just have a little talk about where we're heading today. Let's see, everything's looking good.
Ground Mountain 8501 requesting the end of pushback.
Set our climb speed for
Mountain 8501 request to end pushback with
around 160. That kind of gives us like a nice little climb out rate. Doing about 1,800 feet per minute.
8501 with that already.
There we go. Yeah, just turn the radios off for now. We're not using ATC, so you don't really need it. But yeah, so we got a little a nice climb rate going on right now. We should hit our cruise altitude fairly quickly. Yeah. I was hoping to kind of get more of a view when we were flying out, but the airport is pretty much right by the water, so as you can see on our flight plan, we're already out over the water. What I plan on doing is between Rajay and this guy here, I don't remember what waypoint that is, but we will start a descent somewhere in there. We'll just have a gradual descent down into our approach for runway 10 in Nassau. Let's bring back the RPM control. Yeah, looks about good. As I said, I really need to like understand this a little more, kind of determining power settings and all of that sort of thing. That will kind of give you the best like climb rate and stuff. I think it's supposed to be, the torque's supposed to be like 90%. And your prop, I think the prop speed should be at around 1500 RPM, but yeah, that's like unachievable in this plane. So alright, we crossed 10,000 feet, landing lights going off now. Yeah, we're pretty much set. So let's hop back in the cabin and let's talk about where we're heading today. So for me, Nassau or the Bahamas in general is kind of like near and dear to me, and I've only been there once, but I know a lot of people from there. So I live in Canada right now, and I went to, obviously, well, not obviously, but I went to university here in Canada as well. And the university that I went to, there was a lot of Bahamians who went there. So I'm from Bermuda, and there was a lot of Bermudians who went there as well. So there was a really strong island population there. But that was mainly Bermudians and Bahamians. So I have like some really good friends that are from Bahamas. Some of my closest friends are from Bahamas, and even recently, like I got out of a relationship about maybe 6 months ago, and my ex was also from the Bahamas as well, specifically Nassau. We were flying today. So I have a pretty strong connection here, and it's a place that I feel like I know really well, even though I've actually never been there before. I've been there once, but I've actually haven't been to like Nassau, like really spent time in Nassau. I went there a few years ago to attend a wedding, but the wedding was actually in Eleuthera, and Eleuthera is one of the family islands. So basically Nassau is in New Providence. So New Providence is one of the islands that make up the island, the Bahamas Islands, I guess, if you want to say that. So Nassau is the capital that's located on New Providence, and then you have like a bunch of other islands as well. You have Grand Bahama. That's where Freeport is located. Freeport is another probably the second most populated area in the Bahamas. And then you have a bunch of family islands, which, as I said, you have Eleuthera, you have Andros, you have Bimini. You have a whole bunch of other islands. So, in fact, like for our next flight, I think we're going to be hopping over to X-Plane, and we're going to be taking a quick hop over from Nassau to Eleuthera. So I'm excited about that. We're going to be using the exact plane with the exact livery, and we're going to be taking the exact flight. We're going to be going the exact route and landing in Governor's Harbor in Eleuthera. So that's my plan for the next video. And so I don't want to give out any more information about that, but that's going to be a fun one as well, because we're going to be using a different aircraft, and I don't It's I'm not the aircraft. I wouldn't say a study level, quote unquote, but it's definitely more complicated than the default, Microsoft aircraft that we have now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an interesting video, and we'll see how that one goes. Let's just pop up to the cockpit real quick. Alright, we're just about to cross 18,000. So we'll switch to standard. Oh, you crossed it now? So we're gonna go 299.2, and we're almost at our cruise altitude right now. But yeah, as I said, like I'm really, yeah, it's Nassau is, or the Bahamas in general is something that, like, even before I went off to university, my brother went to university before me, and he hung out with a lot of people from the Bahamas as well, and the culture is really interesting. It is very similar. Well, it's funny. So as I said, I'm from Bermuda, and the culture of Nassau is very similar to Bermuda, but of course they have their own. They have their own unique culture, but there's a lot of similarities, and that's something that's pretty common with all kind of island nations. Bermuda is not in the Caribbean at all, but we're heavily influenced by the Caribbean, and there's a lot of expats there from the Caribbean. You got generations of families like my own. My parents are from the Caribbean as well, so they all tend to kind of share similar cultures, similarities in thought patterns, in ways they operate, in food, that sort of thing. So one of the big things in Nassau is the consumption of a lot of seafood, obviously, an island nation. And one of the things that was pretty interesting for me was conch. I just realized I'm not even on my flight plan. Alright, now we're good to go. Yeah, but one of the things is that they are really into consuming conch. Conch, I don't know, it depends on where you're from to determine how you pronounce it. That big, it's got the huge shell, the huge shell. It's like a giant snail, basically. So they're really, really big on that. And I actually got the opportunity to have some conch fritters when I was in Eleuthera, and I loved it. Absolutely tasty. I got to experience gumbe punch, and I just wish that I was actually able to go to Nassau and spend some time there, because then I'd really be able to get that full, like, island feel, and experience stuff like Bamboo Shack and some of the other tasty island treats over there. So as you know, in Nassau as well, you have Atlantis, which is a big resort. That's probably the most popular one. There's another one as well. I forget the name. Totally slipped my mind. It's Bahamas, I think it's called. So yeah, that's another resort there as well. You have, what's it called? It's something during Christmas time. Junkanoo. Junkanoo. So that's like a type of carnival they have. Look, Bahamas has so much going on, you know, and I want to go back there again. I love, as I said, I love the culture of Bahamas. I love the people. As I said, like our close friends. So it really holds a special place in my heart. And I'm glad that I got the opportunity to go off to school and meet people from the Bahamas, and really get to understand the culture a little more, get to understand the island and everything. So to be honest, let's just see where we are right now on our flight plan. And this plane's really rattly when it turns. Okay. So we are... I think we're crossing Bahamas now. Oh, it says that we're heading towards it. I think. Oh no, okay, we just crossed it. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Yeah, so we are heading now like southeast-ish. And we're at our cruising altitude, so I think about we're about, let's say, 50 nautical miles away from Rajay. Like we'll start our descent into Nassau. So let's look at the approach real quick. Let's go ahead. We'll bring up Navigraph again. I love this tool, man. This is the best. This is the best thing that I've, as far as flight sim's concerned, that I've spent my money on. Just having these charts has kind of opened up a whole new level of understanding to how things work. And just being able to have up-to-date charts for every airport that I want to go to has made navigation and landing and stuff so much easier. Alright. So let's see. Let's close this guy. Runway 9. Okay, runways. That's not what I'm looking for. Let's close this. Yes, that's not supposed to be like that. Charts list. Let's go to standard approach. Yes. No, we don't. Not standard. Okay. Approaches. That's what we want. And so we're looking for runway 10, and we're going to do the RNAV. So our flight plan today, we're basically going to be heading to this waypoint, and so when we get here, we're going to descend. We're going to be descending from our cruising altitude to 2,000. We get here, we're going to make the left turn and head towards Jobib, and from Jobib we'll make the right turn to heading 098 and just head straight in to the runway. And we're going to be descending to 1600 as well to intercept a glide path. From there, I think when we land land on the we're gonna be landing on runway 10. We'll just kind of head straight to the end of the runway, and we'll head off, head onto this taxiway, and just go. Yeah, come off the end here, turn left, and head out to general aviation and park here. So yeah, that's the plan. As I said, it's a straightforward flight today. Nothing too crazy. All right. So I want to start planning my descent. So let's close this guy. Actually, sorry, we need this open. I'm gonna go flight plan. We are going to go active flight plan. So 34 nautical miles to Atade after Rajay, and head towards Rajay now. Let's say we'll start our descent 30 nautical miles before that. So 30 and 34 is 64. So I'm gonna open my descent calculator again. A trusty descent calculator. Oops, it's disappeared. So 64 nautical miles, and we're gonna be going from 21,000 down to 2,000. That's I was putting around 200 knots. That's my descent speed. Compute 1,300 feet per minute. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's dial in 2,000. And when our distance reaches 30, we will we'll go to, that's where we'll start our descent. Alright. That's good. We got a bunch of live traffic going on right now. So that's good to see. Caribbean is nice and active. It's good stuff. Alright, so we're going to pull back on the throttles a little bit. So we're going to stop preparing for our descent. Turn on vertical speed mode. I'm going to dial in to 1,000, 2, 3, 1,300. Alright. Okay, so we started our descent into, well, towards Nassau now. Just gonna keep an eye on that airspeed. I would like to keep it about around 200 knots in descent. So if you take a quick look at this map, just back out a little bit. So all of these islands are part of the Bahamas. And I believe this is Andros here. Very large, but strangely enough, most of the people, majority of the population is found in this one little island here. That's New Providence. And I think this is think this is Grand Bahama up here, where Freeport is. So it's pretty, I always found it pretty hilarious. Like, why is everybody packed on this one little island? I don't know, but it is what it is. I think Nassau is something like, or New Providence, something like 21 by 7 square miles, I believe. I remember it's not hugely bigger than Bermuda. It's a lot wider, but the distance is around the same. Curious about that. Yeah, New Providence. I was spot on. Check me out. Can't believe I remember that. New Providence, 21.1 miles by 6.8 miles, 21 by 7. Population is like 270 something thousand people. Crazy. There's a lot of people on a small island. Just as reference, Bermuda's population is about, we're 21 by 1, and our population is 70,000. So, alright. Just look at, we've crossed below 18,000, so we should be switching to, I just want to get the, sorry. Just want to get the transition altitude here. And don't know where to get that. To approach. Should be around here somewhere. Alright, transition altitude is 18,000, so let's switch our altimeter for Nassau, and that is 3026. Okay. Alright, that's all set. So far, so good, you guys. Aside from that little hiccup when we took off, I mean, everything's been going good, knock on wood. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to say, everything was great, and we ended up like crashing at the end, so. See the view outside. We should be crossing by, I think it's Andros now. I believe that's what this is. Yeah. That's Andros Island. That we're going to be crossing now to our right, and once we hit there, we'll soon be starting our approach into Nassau. So if you guys remember as well, so it was actually last year, feels like a long time ago, we had Hurricane Dorian that passed through Bahamas. It was a Category 5 hurricane, and it did a number on Bahamas, especially northern Bahamas, Freeport, Grand Bahama. They got nailed. Trying to remember what the small island's name was. Abaco. There we go. Abaco, which is another family island. 1 second. So Abaco, which is another family island, they got absolutely devastated by Dorian. It was a huge Category 5 storm. It was huge and it was slow moving. So in terms of hurricanes, I mean, Category 5 is as bad as it gets in terms of wind speeds. And with hurricanes are so you have tornadoes, right? So tornadoes are kind of very, 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 very small and compact, but they're extremely powerful and devastating to wherever they directly hit. So hurricanes are obviously like a lot larger, way, way larger, but the storms, the winds that they pack are pretty damaging. So ideally, if you're going to get hit by a hurricane, you want it to be a fast-moving hurricane. With Dorian was a very powerful hurricane, in terms of wind speed, and it was moving extremely slow as well. It almost like stood still over that like northern Bahamas area, and so Abaco just got flattened. Freeport, a good part of Freeport got nailed as well. So I mean, it's now, you know, over a year later, and they're still suffering, man. Abaco, I don't even know how much rebuilding has been done there, but they really, really, really suffered, and they're going to be feeling the effects of that for a long time. A lot of people died. A lot of people got displaced. You know, their homes destroyed, washed away. Flooding was crazy, and they had to restart their life. You know, so hurricanes are, if you live in an area that doesn't have hurricanes, like, consider yourself lucky. I lived in Bermuda. I grew up in Bermuda, and luckily, because of Bermuda's size, that helped for us to avoid a lot of potential damage from hurricanes, but we've been hit a number of times as well. Luckily, it hasn't been devastating, but I mean, it's still a lot of damage. Alright, so this is prayers still go out to those people in Abaco and Grand Bahama who were really devastated by Dorian, and who are still trying to, you know, even now, pull the pieces back together. Pray that you're doing alright, and my heart and my thought goes out to every one of them, because I can only imagine what that's like. We are below 10,000 feet now. Turn our landing lights on, and we're gonna get ready for final approach. Should be happening sometime soon. We are 20 nautical miles out from TAID waypoint that's going to be setting us up for a final approach into Nassau. And we're descending right now down to 2,000 feet. So yeah, it looks like we'll be getting there soon. Take a look out the window. Beautiful. So to our right now, this is all Abaco. Not Abaco, sorry, Andros. And let's see, the population of Andros. I don't think it's going to be that much, to be honest. $8,000 people. 8,000 people live in this huge island. And then you look at New Providence, right? I'm sorry, wrong one. 8,000 people. 8,000 people live here. 270,000 people. I just found that weird, man. It's crazy. Look how beautiful that is. Wow. Big Maps, you did this justice, man. Did this justice. I remember when I flew to Bahamas, man, that if you're coming in for a landing, just like seeing the water, like honestly, Microsoft Flight Simulator does it no justice whatsoever. Like, it was crazy seeing the different changes in the watercolor. The water would go from deep blue to like aqua. Man. Actually, let me... I just had to get that screenshot real quick. I actually forgot it was time to take a screenshot. Alright, so we are at now 2,000 feet. Well, we're heading towards 2,000 feet. As you can see, the approach is already activated. Glide path is on standby, I guess. I don't really know how to say it. I wonder where these planes go. Well, luckily, that shouldn't cause an issue. Yeah, sorry, yeah, as I was saying, that approach into Nassau, that was amazing. Like, the water was like all kinds of crazy colors. I might even pop a picture up if I can find it. I want to do it again, man. So it looks like we have one plane that's coming in for a landing already. Maybe. I have no idea. Yeah, so we're just about to start this final left turn. Probably when I get up towards Joe Bib, sorry, I'm going to hit the approach button. But definitely we'll start getting all configured for landing kind of after we pass Atade. So we'll probably drop first notch of flaps and yeah. Judging by the way the water looks, might have it. Looks like it's a little windy here today. Hoping that's not too bad. Looks like this plane is not landing there after all. So that is New Providence in front of us, and you should be able to see the runway sometime soon. We are just under 1.5 nautical miles. Now it's 1 nautical mile away from Atade. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start getting this set up. So I'm just gonna decrease the power right now. As the airspeed bleeds out a little bit, I'm gonna drop our first notch of flaps. Okay, first notch flaps out. Runway should be, you should be able to see the airport sometime soon. Yeah, man, this water, the look of this water, this is not accurate at all as to how it looks when you're approaching. You just have to like take the flight for yourself, man. But it's next level what the water looks like. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and arm the approach right now. I think we have to do it like right now, but that's when I'm gonna do it. So when we make this right turn and get lined up for final, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the flaps to full, gear down, and we'll move our prop levers to full. I mean, the water looks beautiful for sure. I'm not gonna knock that, but yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not accurate, I can tell you that. Alright, so should be line up towards the runway now. We have to descend to 1600. Forgot about that. Runway is right ahead of us, so we got the runway in sight. which is good. So let's go ahead.
Landing here. Landing here. Landing here. Landing here.
Landing gear is coming down now. Okay. 3.1 nautical miles from Moli, which is our final approach fix. Airport straight ahead of us. Tell you, when I was on X-Plane, I've done this approach so many times, but I mean, it's good to now actually have it like look good right out the box. So we should be capturing the glide path soon. It's actually like already alive and active now. Alright. So normally once it captures the glide path, it's gonna do like this weird dip. I'm not too sure why it does that. But it does. Here we go. So now live. So starting our descending, everyone. Beautiful. Got a little bit of stuttering for some reason. Nothing out that window. Look at that. Alright, I'm going to take over from here. It's a little bumpy today, so yeah, we'll try and get this down smooth. good. Welcome to Nassau, everyone. So we're just gonna go to the end of the runway and make that left turn off. And yeah, once we get off the runway, we'll go ahead and pull the flaps up and should be good to go. So flaps up. And just turn the landing lights off. Go off the runway. And we're gonna make this right turn here. And let's just see how far we can get. Alright. Cool. We're just gonna park right here. Alright, cut the engines. They should be coming off now. Good stuff. Alright, so that's it, everyone. As I said, welcome to Linden Pendling in Nassau. I'd like to thank everyone for watching today. And sorry if this it got kind of like weirdly awkwardly silent in the end. Just actually joined the meeting. I just realized it might come through on the speakers, but yeah, I had to join the meeting for work, so I was kind of half distracted. But yeah, we are here. Hope you guys enjoyed this flight, and make sure to tune in, as I said, for the next episode. That's going to be interesting. We're going to be flying from here to Eleuthera in X-Plane, and so I'll explain a little more about that in the next video. But thanks for tuning in and watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Fly Island Guy, and I'll be catching you on the next one. Peace.